bit more energy. Alright, please welcome to the stage Mr. Archie Brettle.
Good evening, everyone. How are we? Oh shit, the leg's full. Sam, I fucked it already, mate. Sorry. There we go. I'll just lean it. There's a dog at the back with a nervous lead on. Do you mind if I borrow it? Do you mind if I borrow the nervous lead? Is that all right? Not for now, just for later. I've got a bit of a kink. But no, I am a little bit nervous, but mainly just for this side of the room here. But bless you, my dog. You've been on fucking crowd control tonight. You pretty much had this guy in a headlock for 50% of you. Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. Yeah, so look, 10 minutes, if you can.
Shut the fuck up.
I'd love you forever, alright? Alright? Rent out the Priory for me, big dog, alright? But I have been dating recently. Dating has been plaguing my life for the last couple of years. And I kept striking out, right? So I asked my female friends, I was like, what do I need to do? Like, what am I doing wrong? And they're like, it's easy. If you can cook, and if you're a gentleman, and if you're funny, you'll be alright, okay? You'll be okay. Shut the fuck up. So, one instruction. I believe in you, big dog. I believe in you. One more pint maybe, and then you'll go to fucking sleep. So, or just the left, right. Good night. Anywho, so yeah, I've been dating. I'm joking. I really don't want to fight you. You win. So no, I've been dating, and they were like, look, if you can cook, you can cook. So I was dating this girl once, and I was like, right. I thought I'd invite her over for tea. Right? I'll cook for her. I'll impress her. So I messaged her, and I was like, what's your favourite meal? Noodles. Easy, right? Off to Sainsbury's I go, buy all the ingredients, get back home. She comes over, and I'm halfway as I'm mincing the garlic, she goes, oh, you're cooking. Like, you're actually cooking. I was like, yeah? Oh, sure. Normally guys just give me a pot noodle and try to finger me. So I'm there, garlic, ginger, soy sauce, getting to know each other in the wok, and I could have just added water. So, being a cook, bats off, right? Then after our second chicken and mushroom pot noodle day, we go for a couple of drinks, and gets a bit merry, have quite a few. And then I get her home, she strips off, jumps in the bed, and she goes, oh, I'm actually feeling really drunk. And being the gentleman, I was like, it's okay, I'm not going to take advantage of you, I'm a gentleman. And she says, well, you can if you like. So clearly, don't need to be a gentleman earlier, but then the kind of like the nail in that old proverb, the straw that broke the camel's back. There we go. Was when Diego Jota died, 28-year-old Premier League footballer, pretty tragic. I think we can all agree. Tributes flooded in across the entire football community, and I just reposted a couple of these just to like show support and kind of just like commemorate his death. And she messaged me and she goes, oh. So you posted a couple of things about Jota, but you won't post a single thing about Gaza. And I replied, who does he play for? Yeah, exactly. I thought that was pretty funny, but she blocked me, and I haven't seen her since. So yeah, I'm actually trying to write a Paul Gascoigne joke on that, so maybe I'll see you after the end of the show. But I lost her, and that was fine. I don't really miss her that much. But she actually had a 5-year-old son, and me and him actually got on quite well. We used to have our own little thing. We used to go down the park. We used to play football together. And this kid was like genuinely a little bit of a baller. Like with a bit of training, he could be something someday, right? I was down there at the park one day, and we were just practicing penalties, and he kept putting these penalties like top right corner every time. Like you couldn't put the ball in a better position if you tried. And I was like, fucking hell. I've locked myself into a little Project Mbappe here. I was having fantasies of retiring on a beach with his mum after he just secured a £100 million deal to Real Madrid. And then she fucking left me. Apparently putting creatine gummies in his lunchbox wasn't okay. He's not going to bulk on fruit wind-ups, Mia, is he? Anyway, I lost my Project Mbappe, but I gained this idea, right? I thought there must be thousands of fatherless children out there with untapped potential, just waiting to be discovered. So I did what any sane man would do. I went to Hinge and I set the filters for has kids, and I started firing out likes to single mums and single mums only like you wouldn't believe. And let me tell you, the likes, they rolled in, all right? But you've got to be careful here, right? If you're trying to unearth hidden talent, you can't just dive in talking about kids. Nonce vibes, all right? Real nonce vibes. You end up looking like Sam back there, who's just on his phone. Am I boring you, Sam? Fair enough. And so you can't just dive in talking about kids. And after a couple of minutes, she replies back to me and she goes, I've got a 7-year-old daughter. I'm like, can't really do much with that. This girl's father's left. Looking at more of a Project Bonnie Blue kind of situation here, all right? Really got to cross my fingers for a Chloe Kelly, okay? Unmatch. But then I matched with this other girl, and she's really nice, and after we talked for a while, she's got a 5-year-old son. And she's more than that. She's actually really sweet, we really get on, we've got quite a nice connection. We go on a couple of dates, and she turns to me and she says, Archie, I think you're really lovely. I just worry about introducing you to my son. It's a big deal. I'm like, it's fine. Don't worry. I'll wait. I'm playing the long game. And that's it. Go to sleep. And then after a couple of months, we go on this lovely weekend away together. And in the car journey on the way home, she turns to me, she goes, okay, I think I'm finally ready. I think I'm ready for you to meet my son. It's a big moment. I'm like, oh, fantastic. Let's go to the park. I'll bring a football. So we get down to the park, we meet on the halfway line. I've got my ball under my arm, and he's stood there with his mum. I'm like, hello mate, how you doing? And I rolled in the football. It's now on ever, big guy. It's now on ever. And he looks at his mum, and he looks at me, and he looks down at the ball, and he takes this lean forward with more confidence than I've ever seen, and falls straight out his wheelchair. Let's hope he's good at physics. Cross my fingers for a Stephen Hawking now. All right, Project Hawking. But no, he couldn't count to 5, so I fucked that off. So, whatever. So I decided to change tack. I thought, okay, well, let me look into what else makes a man attractive, okay? So I looked up a poll, and this poll said that reading is the most attractive quality that a man can have. So thank God you're married now, all right? What's that? Carlsberg, yeah, 2 please. So reading is the most attractive quality that a man can have. So naturally I took up performative reading. Anybody know what performative reading is? I'll fill you in. No, you fucking don't. Remember the idea.
I'm trying.
Harder. So you can do it. We've got like 2 minutes left. That's what your wife says, and she never finishes. Poor girl. Love lost after 3 weeks. Oh well. Anyway, I get lost in that if I carry on, so I won't. Performative reading, yeah, so what it is you grab yourself a book, you head down to your chosen spot. Now you can choose where you go, right? You can go to a park and read, you can go to a library and read. I like cafes, right? Cafes are my hunting ground of choice. So you rock up to the cafe, you take yourself a book, you get yourself a coffee, you sit down, flick the book out, and every now and again, you just peer over the top to see if any pretty women are watching you, all right? And this one day, this beautiful woman walks in, absolutely stunning woman walks in, right? She gets a coffee, she sits down, and she catches my eye, and she giggles at me. I'm like, fucking hell, this reading stuff, it really works. And before I could even plot my next move, she gets up, and she approaches me. And I'm panicking at this point, right? I'm like, Jesus Christ, I was not prepared to get to this stage, right? I actually didn't think a woman would approach me. And she gets up to me, and she leans in and whispers in my ear, your colouring book's upside down. But that's how I met my girlfriend. That is how I met my girlfriend, and she's here tonight. She's wonderful. She's very, very funny, and as a comedian that kind of like talks about dating quite a lot, it does tend to come up at home from time to time. You know, of course it will. And when we were getting to know each other, we were having this conversation about music, right? Just like generic kind of conversation, like who's your favourite artist, who's your favourite musician, etc. And halfway through, she goes, what do you think of Taylor Swift? Yeah. Might surprise some of you in the audience, but not the biggest Swiftie, all right? Not the biggest Swiftie. So I was just honest. I said, well, she just dates a load of guys, breaks up with them, and writes some shit songs about them. And without a second to think, she goes, well, it's better than shit jokes. Not even the funniest comedian in my own relationship. But, you know, as with getting to know people, you know, in a relationship, there's always that big overshare, right? I'm sure a couple of you couples in the audience, you'll have done those big heart pours out, those big overshares to get to know each other. And they can get pretty heavy, okay? So in order to lighten the load a little bit, I've actually wrote a rap. And Can we start that again? Because I missed the cue. I'm so sorry. Well, this is a story all about how my love life turned right upside down, and now I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, and I'll tell you why I feel the need to overshare. I had to slow this part of the song down because I performed it the other day and no one could understand what I was saying. It's actually quite a fast rap. A little bit of a flex anyway. On the south coast of England, born and raised, forming trauma bonds is how I spent most of my days. Stressing out, chasing love, bombing feels cool, then we break up, back to the dating pool. Then this crazy brunette, she was up to no good. Threatened to cut off my manhood. She got in one little stab and my mother got scared. She said, "Archie, go to therapy, this is more than I can bear." I looked for a therapist and found one near. Blamed everybody else and looked myself in the mirror. A lot of weird things came up in that chair, like Freudian psychology and getting fucked you know where. My dad left me when I was about 7 or 8 months, leaned into my crib and said, "Yo son, see you later." Looked at my mother, face full of despair. I think my fear of abandonment started around there. That's the wrap. What do you think? What do you think? Cheers, man. Cheers, Don. What do we think of that? You thought it was shit then. Honestly, there's been so much traffic during this fucking set. I should set up a toll. Genuinely. Sam, you should set up a fucking toll here, mate. The ship-in toll. You'd make money for the night if you did it. I know. Then we could maybe, go on holiday together. Where would you like to go on holiday with me, Sam? Cambodia. What would we do in Cambodia? We do loads in Cambodia. How are you guys? Just thought you'd come for the end? Well, let me fill you in. I'm a choir singer. No, not really. What have you guys been up to tonight? Fuck all, just went to the George, and you came here and considered it an upgrade. Yeah. You poor fuckers. How am I doing for time, Sam? I got 1 minute. Oh, God, I can finish in 30 seconds, so let's see what I can do in 1 minute. Sit down. Go to sleep. I believe in you. You're pissed? Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been
No
away
idea.
all day and I've not fed him.
What do you do?
I'm a teacher. I'm an SEN teacher.
An SEN, so special needs teacher. Is he one of your students?
Yeah, he is.
Nice. Are you one of those teachers that fucks the students, are you? Yeah. Didn't say no. Didn't say no, did you? What's he normally have? Smiley faces and chips? But you have to really cram those peas up down his throat, don't you? Maybe just up his arse. He hasn't eaten all day. Oh, you poor little labourer. Just assuming. What? Oh, bless. He's like a little Tamagotchi, isn't he? Oh. It'd be a shame if you just took his battery out. Anyway, guys, that has been my... Yeah, it's up his arse, and then just curl your fingers round, and it would twitch a little bit, it might come, and then it would go to sleep. So give that a bash. Right, Sam, I'm done, but the microphone stand has been decapitated, and I'm just going to... Thank you very much, everyone. Bye-bye.